أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Qadar, and we are in the views of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah in relation to predestination, Qadar. And today we're going to talk about the view of the Aqidah of At-Tahawi concerning predestination, Qadar. Aqidah to Tahawi, all the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, this is one of the main books that they follow in relation to the theology, Islamic theology. So we go straight into it, inshallah. As we go, it's going to be more advanced and more advanced in trying to understand it. But alhamdulillah, so far so good, and we just have to keep safe with that and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us that way and not allow shaitan to allow us to be like those people who went astray in relation to the Qadar. Ameen. The Aqidah to At-Tahawiyah concerning predestination. At-Tahawi, may Allah have mercy on him, said concerning Qadar, predestination. He, Allah, created the universe in accordance with his knowledge. I think that one's simple. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the universe in accordance with his knowledge. Who knowledge? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knowledge. And he set out his decrees concerning them. So whatever he creates, right, he set out his decree and determined their lifespan. And he determined their lifespan also. Nothing was unknown to him before he created them. So he knew what they would do before he created them, and he commanded them to obey him and forbid them to disobey him. So it happens according to his decree and will. Everything happens according to his decree and his will. He decreed it, he destined it, and he willed it. And we can't get tied up with that understanding. He willed it only after the creation willed it for themselves. And his will is irresistible. His will is irresistible. Like the guy who went in the masjid in New Zealand, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know before you even think and plan for 2 years what it is this individual going to do. Just like he know what all the other creatures of all of us. And he know how long he's going to take and how he's going to plan it and what he's going to do and everything. And Allah will it. He created it. He decreed it. He didn't command the guy to do this. He doesn't love evil and he don't command you to do evil. But he willed it because after you want it, after you willed it, after he know what you're going to do, after you do it, right? So you can't blame him. And his will is irresistible. His slaves have no will. Listen to this one carefully now, Advance. His slaves have no will except within the will of Allah. What is the meaning of that? Now, before you do your act and I do my act, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knew that aforehead, right? Aforetime. We know that already beforehand. He knew that you will it. So that will that he had before is because of the knowledge that he knows what you're going to do, but you don't know it yet. It's only when you reach that time and that day, you understand, and you do it, then you're going to know you're doing it. But Allah don't know that you could do it long before that. We understand in this? So this will, what we will to do, is within the will of Allah before the prior knowledge, his prior knowledge. Right? For whatever Allah wills happen, right? It will happen because he know you're going to will it, so he will it after the knowledge that what he know that you're going to will and what you're going to do. It happens. And whatever he does not will, does not happen. And he will not will it because he know that you will not will it. But he had the prior knowledge. You're one coming after. You don't even know that until when that time reaches that you're going to do it. Or even though you plan for 2 years, like that guy, but still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowledge of it is, even before he created the heavens and the earth, by 50,000 years, as we mentioned before. He don't have that knowledge of it. Right? He guides whomever he wills and protects him and keeps him away from sin by his grace. Now, all these statements, if we don't have this foundation understanding before, it's question like that. And that's why these people are went astray with shaitan coming in. He guides whomever he wills. And it go back to the same understanding again. Whomever he wills means who want to be guided with his prior knowledge. Right? And he protects him and keeps him away from sin by his grace, by Allah's grace. Now, of course he will do that because you make effort. And he sends astray whomever he wills. Not that Allah willfully sending you astray for nothing, but he send you astray because you will it, but he had the knowledge before you even will it that you're going to will it. Right? And that is why the will now is within the will of Allah. Right? Right. And he sends astray whomever he wills and forsakes him and tests him by his justice. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we as believers from Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the Sunnite Muslims, we could never have the slightest little doubt in our heart and our brain and our mind about our Creator is unjust. He is most just. All people are subject to his will. Between grace and justice, that his will, what he will, and what you're going to choose to do, right, and what you will to do, right, he already knows that in the prior knowledge, and he have that prior knowledge. Opponents or rivals, he exalted far about anybody who want to oppose him or challenge him or so forth. None can push back his will. It will go. Once you want it, and you're determined, and you fight, and whatever like this guy, and your plan, and whatever it is, it will go. Right? And if Allah wants it to happen after he knows what you choose, and so forth, then it is resistible. Nobody can stop that. None can push back his will. So none can push back his will, overturn his judgment, or repel his command. Right? Now, if he command, if he wants something to happen, right, you can let it not to happen. It will happen. You will do it, and so forth. We believe in all of that. That is Tahawiyah is saying that. And we are certain that everything comes from him. And all this kalam come from Al-Aqidah to At-Tahawiyah with commentary and footnote by Sheikh Nasiruddin Albani, page 21. Allah knew from eternity the number of those who would enter paradise and the number of those who would enter hell. He knew them all at once, and there will be no increase or decrease in those numbers. Their actions are in accordance with his knowledge of what they will do. Right? So whatever actions or so forth is within Allah's knowledge. And each person is guided to do that for which he was created. Hear this part now. And each person is guided to do that for which he was created. right? Now Allah created everybody, right? And he also know, he had the prior knowledge of everybody what they're going to do. And all those who are going in heaven and all those who are going in hell, he know the names of their father and grandfather, and he had the power to do that. Before he even created the Samawat and Earth by 50,000 years. Look at the power we're talking about. Right? So he has all that knowledge. And this is why now each person is guided to do that for which he was created. Where's the meaning of that? How we can understand that? Each person is guided to do that for which he was created. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you, and he also have the prior knowledge what you're going to do. Right? So when he created you, you're going to do that. What he know that you're going to choose. If you don't know the foundation from before, you will ask question, Shaitan will come into you, and you will never understand it. And this is what the people went astray with. I'm not keeping back nothing from this topic, but we had to explain it. But you had to take your time and explain it, and go in stages. So each person is guided to do that for which he was created. They will be judged according to their last deeds. They will be judged according to the last deeds. The blessed is the one who is blessed by the decree of Allah, and the doomed is the one who is doomed by the decree of Allah. Right, but remember now when we say blessed, people could say, well, Allah is unjust and all this kind of thing. But remember we had the foundation understanding, right, that Allah cannot be unjust. Right, and the meaning here is that you will be blessed by the decree of Allah after he decreed it, after he know what you're going to do, and you will be doomed, right, in relation to what he know that you're going to do, right, so he decreed it and so forth. Alhamdulillah. The principle of Qadar, predestination, is a secret of Allah's creation which he did not expose to any angel. Look at this. So we had to say, Alhamdulillah, Shaitan. We keep an eye with Shaitan. Because not even the angel this was exposed to. This is Allah's secret. Right? Who is close to him, that is the angel, they are close to Allah, and he still didn't expose it to them, or to any prophet who was sent by him. No prophet that came from Allah, this Qadar for the unknown knowledge was given to them. What Allah for himself want to keep, he kept it. That is his secret. And there's a lot he kept. There's a lot we do not know. No angel could inform us, no prophet could inform us. Discussing this matter in depth leads to misguidance. Deprivation of Allah's mercy and transgression into forbidden territory. So beware of that, and be careful to avoid pursuing the matter in your thoughts. What did this go? You see? Avoid pursuing the matter in your thoughts and questioning, for Allah has kept the knowledge of Qadar, predestination, away from his creation and has forbidden them to try to fathom it. Right? Don't try to understand it. Just accept it. Quran says so, accept it. We get a little guidance here, alhamdulillah. We have to go with that. As he, the glorious says, the all glorious says, La yus'alu amma yaf'alu wa hum yus'alun. Quran 21 verse 23. Chapter 21 verse 23. He's saying here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he cannot be questioned as to what he does. Right? Allah cannot be questioned by no one of what he does or what he commands, while they will be questioned. While they will be questioned, we will be questioned, right, if we didn't do the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot question Allah, right, of what he do or what command he give. Even if it sounds to be not right or whatever, we cannot question him because we have to know he's just. He could never be unjust. We doesn't know the wisdom and the hikmah behind things, but he alone knows. So we cannot question him. He's saying this in Quran. But we will be questioned why we didn't follow the commands of Allah. Whoever asks, why does he do that? Now listen to this part here. Whoever asks, why does he do that? That is Allah. Why does Allah do that? Or he command this, or so forth, has rejected the ruling of the Quran. Because if Allah have all his laws in Quran, no? He say he created the creator, and then he sent the messengers with the laws. Quran, the Sharia, Aqidah, so forth, right? He sent the ruling. And he say here now, whoever asks, why does he do that? That is, whoever asks why Allah do that, or command that, or so forth, has rejected the ruling of Quran. Whoever rejects the ruling of the Quran is one of the kafir, disbelievers. Because if here the law here, if this is Quran, and this Quran is Kalamullah, right? Kalamullah means the words of Allah. Nobody can write this, couldn't write this Quran, nobody couldn't put this law. Only Allah could do this. And it have a law in Quran A, B, and C. Right? If somebody and no, well they are no. If you see somebody doing something wrong and you know is wrong, you can't say he's a kafir. But if you have to go to him and beg him, say, Aki, do you know what you're doing is wrong? There's two things that happen, There's one, he will say, oh, I didn't know that, Quran says so, I really didn't know that, brother. Sorry, thank you very much. And they wouldn't do it because they obey in Quran. Or the person will say, yeah, I know this is Kalamullah, this is Allah's words, Allah command, or what, but I just want to do that. I can't accept that. But then when they do that and they know this is from Allah and they willfully we want to reject it, right? Then they say here, there is disbelief, right? And they even went to put here kafir. Now this is all that is needed by the close friend of Allah whose heart is filled with light, which is the status of those who have deep knowledge. Because knowledge is of two types. Knowledge which is manifested in creation. Manifested in creation means what Allah gave in His command, Quran and Sunnah. Manifested, you know about it. Right? That's one type of knowledge. And knowledge, the second type, that is concealed. It has no command from Quran and so forth. This is concealed. You don't have this knowledge at all. Like the wisdom of Allah and hikmah and so forth. The first one is knowledge which is manifested in creation, and knowledge that is concealed from creation. So manifested in creation is like the Quran and Sunnah and all the laws and the commands and things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command, to do so and so, all the Sharia law and fiqh and all this kind of thing. And the concealed is which no one knows, not even the prophets and the angels and so forth. Okay, what they say now? Denying the knowledge that is manifested, that is the knowledge of Quran and Sunnah. Denying that is kufr. That is disbelief. Right? Claiming to know the things that are concealed, the things that what nobody can know, not even the angels and the prophet and no human being. Right? Like the hikmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does certain things, right? And the wisdom behind it and so forth, and it's being questioned, or even the unknown knowledge of when is the Sa'a, when we're going to die, where we're going to die, how we're going to die, and so forth. Right? They say here that knowledge, claiming to know the things that are concealed, is kufr to disbelief. Because you cannot know that. If you deny it and claiming to know the things that are concealed, well, okay, I know better than Allah then. I don't know. Allah knows best, but I claiming that I know more than Allah. Because Allah says so, but I say no, it's so. I feel so is better. For example, right? They say that also is kufur, which is disbelief. Faith can only be affirmed by accepting the knowledge that exists, like Quran and Sunnah, and leaving alone that concealed knowledge known only to Allah. That is Allah hikmah, wisdom, why He commands certain things. Believe in Allahul Mahfuz, the preserved tablet, and in the pen, and in everything in it that has been decreed. We believe. Tahawiya is saying that we believe. Even if all of creation were to come together against something that Allah has decreed, right? They come against it, it will happen still. So it will happen. To make it not happen, to make that what anybody plan like this guy, right? To make it not happen, they will never be able to do that. And if they were all to come together for something that Allah has decreed will not happen, to make it happen, they will never be able to do that. Right? Let me say Allah decreed something not to happen, and people want it to happen, and they come together for it to happen, they will never be able to do that. The pen has dried concerning what is to happen until the day of resurrection. Whatever misses a person could not have befallen him, and whatever falls him could not have missed him, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what each individual wants to do. A person must realize that Allah already knows everything that will happen to His creatures. He has decreed that, and His will is inevitable and irresistible. None can stop it, overturn it, remove it, or change it. None can add. Only if Allah wanted, then He could do that. He had the power to do that, and that is within His knowledge again. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes people plan to do things, you understand, and they change their mind. Can stop it, or overturn it, remove it, or change it. None can add to or take away from His creation in His heaven and His earth. This is one of the bonds of faith and one of the principles of knowledge and the acknowledgement of the Tawheed, oneness, and Rububiyyah, Lordship of Allah, as He, the All-High, says in His book, Al-Quran, وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. He said, He has created everything and has measured it exactly according to its true measure. فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. Quran 25 verse 2. فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. Due measurement means what? If you planning to do something to somebody, let me say thief or rape, whatever it is, something wrong. Rullahi qadaran maqdura is due measurement of the individual fighting and striving to do either one, good or bad. He will get his measurement, he will get his reward. Either it is sawab or dhunub. Blessed. The command of Allah is a decree determined. Again, Quran 33 verse 38. So woe to those who oppose Allah by debating His decree, and who examine the matter with a foolish heart, seeking with their delusions to examine the deep mysteries of the unseen, and thereby becoming lying and sinful people. Quran. So I was